think the only way we're going to get anything today is if I just accept that this is going to be a little bit disorganized, maybe even frantic. I don't know what I'm supposed to let go of right now. Maybe I do know what I'm supposed to let go of right now, but I don't want to admit it to myself. Throughout my life, I've been quite a determined person. I do not give up, and I'll do whatever it takes to achieve what I set out to do. I finish what I start. Like, those are values and things about me that I treasure. And like, it all sounds like really good stuff, but it's great when it's working in balance with what is. But when I'm so determined to achieve something and I'm just repeating the same process and getting the same results and not moving forwards, then my determination's actually getting in the way. So I don't want to let go of anything just because it's not working. And I tell myself I'm resourceful enough to figure out another way to navigate anything. Whatever the obstacle is, we can overcome it. But how much time and energy are you going to invest in one particular dream before you let it die? Ooh, that just feels so heavy. Let a dream die. It seems impossible to me. Like, I'm just like giving up on anything. Giving up on anyone. Actually, this is huge for me. Because there's even one of the things that I haven't been able to let go of at all, no matter how much work I do, healing, contemplation, sitting with my feelings. I can't get over people. Like, I'm always wishing that I could have done more in my past relationships to make it all work. And there's probably, projects as well, definitely. There are projects that have failed, and until this very moment, I haven't even really admitted to myself that they failed. I've kind of just said, like, I didn't complete them. Like, there's still a possibility, like, one day I could pick up that footage and I could make that movie, or, whatever the story is that I needed to tell myself. I don't like letting go. I don't like starting a new thing in the graveyard of a dead dream. I find that really difficult. But this is all just something that I've created in my own awareness. So if I created it, then I can take it away. I can replace it with something more healthy. So I'm bringing awareness to it. I don't like letting go. Okay. I'm still not going to admit to myself in this video, I don't think, what I need to let go of now. I want to do it all. That's why my mind's so disorganized right now. Like, I only just realized before that I've been sitting up here on the cliffs for like over an hour. It's like the most automatic kind of meditation of all time. Like, when you don't even realize that time is passing because you're so deep in your own contemplation and just allowing everything to unfold within you. I did notice that until I turned the fucking camera on, that my awareness doesn't wander in the past very much. It was wandering in the future. But as this is coming out of my mouth in the present moment, I'm realizing it's because it was the past that I was trying to avoid. So that's why why I sat here for so long and didn't realize that so much time had passed. Because I'm thinking like, oh, I'm doing this great thing for myself by sitting here with my thoughts and feelings and dealing with them. And once again, I find myself quite hilariously having spent this whole time avoiding myself, even though I told myself that I was doing a positive thing. So I wonder how much we do that in our lives. How many times have you thought that you're doing this amazing healing work and it's really just been another way for you to it's like I'm running out the clock, you know, like at work you finish at 5 and you've got 10 minutes to go, but there's nothing really to do. So you kind of just waste that time so that you can get away. I was kind of doing that with my own internal reality. Like, I know eventually I've got to leave. And I'm like staying here. I'm like, no, I'm staying here until my thoughts are organized enough that I can turn the camera on. And I'm thinking like, it's not going to happen today. And I started to think like, oh, maybe I need to be okay with that too. Because today there was a video published where I did the same process. Like, I went into nature and I forced myself to sit there until my thoughts were organized enough to express something. And watching that video back, I'm like, that's not organized. that's just a rambling mess of, like, even in the video, what I described, it's almost like I was calling myself out. Like, my spirit was calling out my ego in that video. Like I was describing what you don't want to do when you go into nature, and I'd spent the whole first half of the video doing that, like just talking about everything that's going on back at home. And then later in the video I said, like, some people do that when they come into nature and they don't actually come into the present moment. But so that's what happens sometimes. You can't really force yourself to arrive at where you need to be. You can't, I don't know, I'd like to. I'd like to just like take life exactly as I would like to hold it and form it into exactly what I'd like it to be in this moment. But it's more nuanced than that. You know, there have been some great writers actually who have written story about what it might be like if we could just make life exactly how we wanted it to be. But of course, in all of those stories, the protagonist doesn't realize that, okay, I want to live in a world where nobody can lie. So what is the actual ripple effect of that? What are the consequences of having absolutely no ability to lie in the world? What are the manifestations of that? And that's like a really interesting concept to play with in story, and it's a really interesting concept to contemplate in your own life and in my own reality. I can see, like, if I could just snap my fingers and have exactly what I wanted, that it always has a cost and a benefit. There's always, like, balance needs to be restored in that new version of reality that I create. So if I let go of something, that's what this is all about in this moment, right? I'm trying to figure out what I need to let go of. If I let go of something, it's the same thing, because now I've created space for something new to fill that gap that I've created. And I have this really, it's glaringly obvious that at this stage of my life I've got to start creating space, but I don't want to. I just want to like somehow reproduce the space that I already have. Like, I want to defy the laws of physics. I want to create time. I want to have a 48 hours in my day, and I want to have like space for twice as many emotions and feelings and experiences. But I cannot do that. Like, as much as I would like to, as much as I am resourceful, and I do find ways to achieve so much in such little time. And one of the other things that I've really prided myself on is that I can do a lot with very little. Like, I'm very resourceful in every way that you can look at resourcefulness, and it's brought me here today, my resourcefulness. But at a certain point, resourcefulness is, you can't solve every problem with the same tool, you know? Like, you can't just take a hammer to everything and think that that hammer's gonna be as useful to you in every single situation. My resourcefulness isn't going to solve every single problem in my life. I might need to try some patience. I might need to try some letting go is the thing that we're trying to get to today, but I'm still avoiding it by talking about other things and having some fun as well. But you gotta have fun. That's one thing, that's one of the reasons I want to let go, because I want to have fun. Like, there's a fella down here actually, right in front of me. I can see him. I'm not going to show him to you. It's his privacy. But I was actually thinking, like, I shouldn't be sitting here contemplating all this stuff. I should just jump in the ocean and, like, just experience that and just have a nice day in the sun. Why am I spending my day, like, in this place where I'm sort of separated from life, and I'm in my head and I'm thinking? And then I was like, I went on this train of thought where I was thinking about, you know, all of the great philosophers who ended up either killing themselves or really depressed, leading miserable lives, diseased, like just these really dark paths that they ended up on, but they were like the greatest thinkers. I was like, maybe that's what happens. Like, there are some great thinkers, or great, let's not even call them thinkers, great beers, like great beings, who figured out how to do life really well. And they did that through, you know, getting in touch with themselves and feeling their feelings and emotions, contemplating very deeply, but they stayed connected to life. They didn't isolate themselves from relationship, either with other people or with experience itself, and they kept that connection alive. And then there's other great beings who have, like, philosophized life so much that they've separated themselves from it, and they've kind of like locked themselves outside the cage and observed everything that's taking place with humanity inside that cage. That's the picture that I've got. And then, yeah, that just drives you to misery and madness and not being particularly happy about what's going on here in the human experience. So I really don't want to do that to myself. I really wish that I was the guy that just went for a swim. And it was like tumbling around like a little kid and just letting the waves knock him over and just having the best time all by himself. And I was like, that should be me. But then I was like, no, I came here with an intention. I'm going to achieve what I came here to do, because I'm not letting go of my goal. I must achieve. I must be resourceful and figure this out and get to the bottom of it. I'm gonna have more fun, guys. I'm gonna let go a little bit of this crazy ambitious streak that's overcome me. This desire to make up for, like, my early adulthood that I squandered on the drugs and alcohol and escapism and not acknowledging my trauma and hurting myself and others. Like, I don't have to make up for all of that in a year. I need to slow down. I need to just, yeah, let go of some stuff and be that guy more. Enjoy myself more. I'm on my way there. Like, it's not like this black and white thing where I just suck at life. But in this moment, I'm just kind of expressing that I need to have more fun, and I haven't been having fun, so it might seem that way. But maybe that's like the messages kind of come out that way too, so that when I watch them back in the future, it's nice and loud and clear. Like, this aspect, when you look at it, remember to have fun, remember to let go. And for people that are watching at home as well, like, yeah, it might be more loud and clear if it's like that, if it's delivered in that black and white kind of way, where all you know is this moment. Like, unless you watched a whole bunch of other videos, but even if you have, like, you can't only have this story as it is, and this is what it's all about today. So it's a powerful thing. It's an interesting thing, and I'm glad that I've been consistently doing it since like the end of 2017, because I've learned a lot about myself, and I've connected with a lot of cool people because of what I've chosen to do here. If you do get anything out of the videos, any particular video, make sure you pass them on to other people you know who may benefit. Click the like button for me, that helps YouTube recommend it to more people as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear what you're thinking and feeling in the present moment, what's emerging within you, while I'm sharing what's emerging within me. And check out kailives.com if you feel like looking at some new stuff.